5 seamless summer option training. School food service participating in the National School Lunch Program or School Breakfast Program are eligible to apply for the seamless summer option. In this option, SFAs continue the same meal service rules and claimant procedures used during the regular school year. Meals are reimbursed at the free rates for school lunches and school breakfasts, which are slightly lower than the summer food service program rates. It has less paperwork, making it easier for schools to feed children during the traditional summer vacation periods and year-round schools, long school vacation periods. It is designed to encourage more SFAs to provide meals during the summer and other school vacation periods and enable SFAs to provide free summer meals in low-income areas during the traditional summer vacation periods. Can the SSO be offered at non-school sites? The answer is yes. With state agency approval, SFAs may sponsor non-school feeding sites. Only SFAs that administer the NSLP or SBP may sponsor the SSO. Site types available on the SSO include open, restricted open, closed enroll, camps, and migrants. Site eligibility requirements for the SSO are the same as for the Summer Food Service Program. Open sites serve all children age 18 and under on a first-come, first-served basis. Site eligibility is primarily established through the use of school data, area eligible. If the site is located within an area where at least 50% of the students are certified eligible for free or reduced price school meals, SSO meals may be served to eligible children free of charge and reimbursed at the NSLP SPP free rate. Restricted open sites also serve children age 18 and under on the first-come, first-served basis. Site eligibility is established in the same manner as open sites with the same NSLP SPP reimbursement rates applied. Attendance at these sites is limited for reasons of security, safety, or control. Closed enroll sites serve only an identified group of children through age 18 who are participating in a specific program or activity. This excludes academic summer school. Meals are reimbursed for all children in attendance at the appropriate NSLP or SPP free rates when at least 50% of the children enrolled at the sites are approved for free or reduced price school meals, or documentation indicates that the site is located within the geographical boundaries of a school attendance area where at least 50% of the children are approved for free or reduced price school meals. Campsites may be a residential or non-residential day camp. Campsite must offer regularly scheduled food service as part of an organized program for enrolled children. The eligibility must be established for each enrolled child. Each child eligibility status may be determined by information obtained from their schools, applications submitted and approved by the sponsoring school or SFA, or by direct certification conducted by the sponsoring school or SFA. Area eligible cannot be used to establish campsite eligibility under SSO. Meals are reimbursed at the appropriate NSLP or SBP free rates for eligible children. Meals served to ineligible children are not reimbursed. Camps may charge ineligible children for meals. Migrant sites primarily serve children of migrant families through the age of 18 as certified in writing by a migrant coordinator. Sites determine eligibility based on information from the migrant organizations or subject to annual redetermination. Meals are reimbursed for all children in attendance at the appropriate NSLP or SBP free rates. What if the site's own school data does not meet the 50% free or reduced eligibility criteria? Area eligible can be established through use of a school's own data or by use of another site's school data that is in the same geographic boundaries of a school attendance area. If the school does not have 50% or more of the enrolled children eligible for free or reduced price meals, the sponsor can look at other schools in the same area in order to qualify their sites. SFAs must be able to demonstrate administrative capability and financial viability to properly operate the meal service during school vacation periods. Previous participation in the SFSP is not a requirement for sponsor participation in the SSO. The SSO application is submitted annually through the CNP website. The application is under the Green School Food Service tab under the subheading Seamless Waiver. One application is completed for each participating site. Unlike SFSP, there is no sponsor level application. If possible, all facility applications should be submitted together in one single submission. When the sponsor first accesses the Seamless Waiver tab, a list of all currently approved school sites will display. For sites that will participate, the sponsor must place a check mark next to the site participation card, and then click the Save button. This allows for the Edit button to appear, enabling the sponsor to complete the corresponding site's application. In this screenshot, the sponsor has placed a check mark next to all three NSFP approved sites and click the Save button. This allows for edit access to all three facility applications. Each facility application captures 7 data elements as follows: cooking facility location as indicated by the sponsor, the number of operating days, start and end date, site type of one of five options as indicated by the sponsor. That this section also contains the site free and reduced eligibility percentage and provides the sponsor with the opportunity to select an area eligible site if the site's own data does not qualify it for free meals. Based on the site type selected, the sponsor will be prompt to answer additional questions. 5, the sponsor will indicate how meals will be advertised to the community when selecting all site types except for camps. This question is NA for site type, campsites. The sponsor will indicate on the number 6, additional data for closed enrolled sites, parts A through G. If the site is not closed enrolled, then this area is NA. 7, the sponsor will indicate the meal participation data. This section mirrors the meal participation section contained in the Schedule A forms for schools. Question 1. Select the central kitchen site from the drop-down box. The central kitchen is the food service site where food is prepared at a facility and is then delivered to a meal serving site at a place other than the preparation site. Question 2 and 3. The number of operating days is pre-populated from the Calendar Management tab. The SFA will click on the Adjusted in Calendar tool to build the calendar and make adjustments to the Calendar Management button. The start date should be the first day of the SSO program for school year 24-25. The end dates should be no later than June 30th, 2025. Both of these dates are pre-populated from the Calendar Management tool. Question 4, the SFA will indicate the type of site it will offer. Question 5, when selecting an open, restricted, closed enrolled, or migrant site, indication of how meals will be advertised to the community as indicated by the sponsor is needed. The question under number 5 varies based on the site type selected. If restricted open is selected, the sponsor will need to explain why restricting attendance on the basis of security, safety, or control is needed. When selecting a restricted open site, indication of how meals will be advertised to the community as indicated by the sponsor is needed. Question number 6, additional data for closed enrolled sites, parts A through G, as indicated by the sponsor. If the site is not closed enrolled, then this area is NA. If selecting a campsite, the sponsor will be prompted to answer the questions in this section. If not a campsite, then this area will not show. The questions in this section is new for this school year. Question 7, meal participation data. As indicated by the sponsor, this section mirrors the meal participation section contained in the Schedule A form for schools. The SFA will need to adjust the times needed for SSO meal service times. To submit for approval, the sponsor will need to ensure that all applications are complete, correct, and that the appropriate site applications have been checked. Once the submit button has been selected, if there are no errors in the form, the following screen will display. If the sponsor then clicks back on the seamless waiver, the status will reflect submitted for approval, now rather than unsubmitted as previously seen. The academic school year is July 1st to June 30th. Therefore, if a sponsor would operate SSO beyond June 30th, the sponsor will need to submit a new SSO application for sites operating in July. You must submit 2 SSO applications in order to be approved to operate SSO in both programs years June and July. If you do plan to operate in July, please be prepared to complete the SFS application for new program year as early as possible. The online SFS application consists of Schedule A, policy checklist, collection official, collection procedure, and income and expense report. And I know a lot of the SFAs will not be able to close out the school year before June 30th, but if you participate in SSO, you need to have the application submitted before you can submit your SSO. You can always go back and create a revision to your online application once you close out that school year to update your information. The site normally receives severe need breakfast or menu certification performance-based reimbursement. Then these rates will continue during SSO operations. Uh, During the months of May and June, sponsor will receive the current school year reimbursement rates. During the month of July, sponsor will receive the new school year reimbursement rates. SFAs are required to review each SSO site at least once during the operation for compliance with meal counting, claiming, menu planning, and food safety requirements. SFA also must keep production records and menu records for the meal they produce during the SSO operation, as SSO is an extension of the NSLP and SPP offered during the school year. SFA also must continue to offer the menus that are in compliance with the current SVP and NSLP meal pattern requirements. This is different from SFSP that provides flexibility in meal pattern. Most sponsors choose to continue to offer the same menus they provide during the school year. OVS is still a requirement for high school grades levels for lunch. It is optional for all other grade levels at lunch and optional for all grade levels at breakfast. For SSO, there are designated meal period time frames. Breakfast meal service must occur in the morning hours close to the beginning of the school day. Lunch meal service must occur between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 o'clock p.m. The point of service must be provided for each meal service. SFAs participating in SSO often continue to utilize the same point of service methods used during the school year as continued the same processes that staff are familiar with. However, there is the option of utilizing manual processes should the SFA choose, such as the hash mark sheets and rosters. The same claimant process is completed for SSO as done throughout the academic school year. However, the SSO meal count data is reported under a separate line item. The SSO data will appear in light green and displayed below the SFF line. Now, if you do not submit that new application for July, you will not have this. And some SFAs have made the mistake and put their July information under June. And you will not get paid for that. So make sure you submit that new application for July. On this slide is an example of how it is displayed on the claims page. For each site, the following is reported per claim period: the max number of free eligibles, the number of operating days, the total number of reimbursable meals served by type for the claim period, other meals not claimed, such as the program and non-program adults. The same claim deadline applies for SSO claims as for any other child nutrition claims filed. Sponsors should aim to submit claims by the 10th of the month following the claim period, and the final deadline to submit is the 60th calendar day following the claim period. State agencies must conduct administrative reviews of all school food authority participating in seamless summer option at least once during a 5-year review cycle. Reviews of the SSO occur when the SSO is in operation during the summer months. During the on-site portion of the review, state agency staff will observe meal service at least one or more sites. USDA Food and Nutrition Services requires that SSO sponsors receive their SSO review in either the summer immediately preceding or the summer immediately following the scheduled SFS administrative review. If changes occur to the approved program, sponsors must notify the state agency. Examples include, but are not limited to, early site closures or extensions to the program, changes in meal service, the time changes, additional deletions of the meal type. Changes to the approved program are communicated through online applications amendments. So please make sure you update your application as needed to let us know what's going on. Also, we provide some additional resources for you all when it comes to SSO. If you have any additional questions, you can put them in the chat box. And this ends the presentation. I will monitor for about a minute. Okay, we have one question. Can we offer non-concrete meals for seamless summer? We prefer that you all go to offer non-concrete under summer feeding, or as the application is built for that. And so also we will check into the non-concrete. We have not actually built that application for that. And close to that time, we will determine whether or not we will have an application for the seamless summer when it comes to non-concrete. Okay, I do not see any additional questions. If you come up with anything, please contact us. Have a great day. Thank you.